centro de la pampa vive un pimiento. Sol y viento pa' su vida, sol y viento.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Patrick Bernard. Bienvenue à la 23e édition du Piment. Aujourd'hui, on va visiter un petit parc communautaire au pied de Mont-Royal même, au cœur de Montréal. C'est un symbole de toutes les luttes maintenant à Montréal pour les espaces verts. Today, we are going to visit a small community park right at the foot of Mount Royal in the heart of Montreal. And it is a symbol of all the struggles right now for green space on the island of Montreal. Venez visiter le parc Oxygène. C'est quoi l'importance du parc et c'est quoi l'essentiel de ce qu'on fait cet été-là?
L'importance du parc, c'est une oase verte dans le centre de la ville pour nous. C'est notre espace tranquille, notre espace où on peut respirer entre l'avenue de Parc et Oxygène. C'est un peu de tranquillité pour nous et surtout dans l'ombre de la cité, la grande tour Transat. Pour nous, c'est important d'avoir un espace où nous aussi on peut respirer. Et on est chanceux que cet été, le parc Oxygène, ça respire plus en plus, c'est plus en plus vert à cause qu'on fait un festival Love-In pour l'été avec les artistes. On invite toutes sortes d'artistes qui viennent de partout dans la ville et dans le coin pour contribuer l'amour, l'art ici, que le parc peut respirer encore et qu'on pourrait montrer à la ville et à l'arrondissement que ce parc, ça joue un rôle important, pas juste écologique, mais aussi sociaux pour le coin.
Est-ce que vous avez vu des petits parcs comme ça à Montréal?
Non, pas vraiment, non. Non, mais c'est beau. J'aime ça avec les arbres et tout, là. Ouais. Puis je pense qu'on devrait garder Montréal le plus vert possible.
Moi aussi. Hein?
C'est sûr. Okay.
Pensez-vous qu'il y a de plus en plus de gens, surtout des gens jeunes, qui pensent comme ça aussi?
Je sais pas, je suis pas sûr, mais je pense que oui. Je pense que la plupart des gens ici à Montréal veulent garder Montréal le plus vert possible.
Vous avez commencé à recevoir un appui des officiels de l'arrondissement. Est-ce qu'il y a une possibilité de négociation cet été si la volonté est là sur le plan municipal?
C'est ça qu'on espère. On espère qu'on peut négocier avec l'arrondissement vis-à-vis le proprio, qui est proprio de cet terrain, et qu'avec l'appui des centaines, presque 1000 personnes qui ont signé notre pétition, on peut montrer à l'arrondissement que c'est essentiel que l'arrondissement fait partie des négociations pour sauvegarder le parc. Parce que nous, la communauté, on a fait notre mieux possible pour préserver le parc comme un espace vert, mais maintenant, on a besoin pour le poids, pour les muscles verts de l'arrondissement pour nous aider à sauvegarder le parc.
Ben moi, je pense que le public, ça devrait être les politiciens. Je crois que c'est nous qui devrions décider, pas eux. Parce que je pense qu'on est plus nombreux qu'eux. Puis moi, je suis pas pour que la minorité décide pour la majorité. Je suis pour le contraire.
Mais l'histoire de ce quartier, c'est jamais fini. C'est un quartier qui vit encore et des épisodes comme ça, là, la lutte pour le parc, c'est la même lutte comme on a lutté pour des logements sociaux, comme on a lutté pour démolir l'interchange Pain, avenue de Parc, comme on a lutté pour les pistes cyclables sur la rue Hutchison. C'est toute la même lutte. La lutte, c'est pour une meilleure qualité de vie dans notre coin. Et chaque quartier devrait lutter comme notre quartier pour une meilleure qualité de vie.
I think I understand it all. The stars are on my side, and they don't mind my transgressions. They forgive me every time.
Once upon a time, this was not a park. Once upon a time, this was a very basic green space, and the fence behind you extended almost to where you're standing. And we who lived in the housing co-op next door planted 3 beautiful trees here until the day there was a knock on our door and the man introduced himself as our new neighbor. And it's like, well, what are you doing here? And he said, I'm your new neighbor, you got to move your fence, you're on my land. We went, your land? What do you mean your land? He said, I just bought this property in a tax sale, non-payment of taxes. And this was a big shock. Non-payment of taxes? He says, yes, it's now mine, so kindly move your fence and we're going to get rid of your trees. We said, whoa, wait a minute. We went immediately to City Hall And we said, what happened here? What's going on here? Like, this is supposed to be our little green space for the neighborhood. And this was way back in 1989. And the city said, oh, well, we're sorry to hear about the sale of the property, and we'll do what we can to make sure it doesn't get developed. So they imposed a reserve foncière on it right away in 1990. And we were like, this is great, but it's not permanent and it's not going to last. So can you please do something to make it a little more official?
This space was made into a park by the residents. It was lost because the city did not deliver the tax bills to the appropriate people, and it was lost, therefore, at a tax auction. And since it's been a very nice little park that really adds a lot visually and spatially to the neighborhood, and since it was lost because of an error on the part of the city, and many years ago when this happened, I don't remember how many years ago it was, the city did say that they were going to do something about it. So it's for this reason that we feel it's something we would like to preserve.
1990, 1991, 1992, 1993, 1994, 1995. We wrote letters every single year. We met with, I guess it's been 4 or 5 city administrations over all those years, up until a couple of years ago, begging them to please do something to save this green space. Well, over the years, early on, the new owner decided, well, this thing isn't making me much money. What can I do to make more money? I'm going to park cars here. He started to park cars in what had been our little green space. We started calling the city. The cars got towed. He couldn't park cars anymore. But because he started to park cars, because we had moved our fence, other cars saw this as an alleyway and used it for shortcuts and detours. We called the city. This can't happen. Well, there's nothing we can do about it. It's private land and the cars are running through it. But we've got to do something about this. So local residents decided one winter to build snow forts on the west side, on the east side, effectively blocking off the alley for any through traffic. The morning after, the city came with snow plows and cleared the snow forts. A couple days later, people decided, okay, we'll add water to the snow forts and turn them into ice forts. The city came by, bulldozed the ice forts. The snow melted. Spring arrived. There were potholes in the alleyway. Local residents decided to enlarge the potholes to deter the cars because the city would not listen to us and would not close off the property, would not, forbid cars from coming in here. So potholes were enlarged one night. The next day, the city came in, filled in the potholes out of pure frustration and like no headway with the city. People towed in abandoned cars, parked one at the eastern end, parked one at the western end. The city came in and towed away the abandoned cars. In extreme frustration, exasperation, 10 local people came here in the middle of the night with pickaxes and shovels and dug up the alley, dug up all the asphalt and piled it in little mounds to the east and to the west. And the next day came in with wheelbarrows full of dirt, plants, flowers, miniature trees. And thus was born Parc Oxygène.
To paradise, I say, we're going to paradise. I say, we're going to paradise. I say, we're going to paradise.
They talk about the city, the current city administration talks about greening the city, how important it is to green the city. We greened this neighborhood 20 years ago, and we want to keep it green. So this fits in totally with their green agenda. And the fact is, we did all the work. Local people, local gardeners, local volunteer residents did all the work to green this little piece of land. And it has to stay green. They promised in the last election, Tremblay promised in the last election, that what is green will stay green. And we're saying to him, this is green. Parc Oxygène has got to stay green.